Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing. In today's video, I want to ask you, why are you investing in MSTE or MSTY or MSTY from YieldMax, MSII from Rec Shares, etc., etc.? Why are you investing in this? I'm asking you because this is actually one of the most common things that people came up to me in person in the Montreal and Toronto Blossom events. A lot of people were worried or asking questions about MST or whatever MSTR covered call income ETF you own. Remember that an investment in any one of these guys is an investment in MSTR, in strategy, right? In Michael Saylor's Strategy Inc. So a lot of people were worried, were concerned. Is it going to go back up? Is it going to go more down? Is it a falling knife? I see all kinds of, that type of talk online, and a lot of people came up to me. So I figure I make a video because it's very important you guys understand, number one, an investment in any one of these covered call ETFs that invests in MSTR is an investment still in MSTR. So my question to you guys is, you need to answer this for yourself. Why are you investing in a covered call, whichever covered call ETF, or even if you invest in MSTR in the first place? Why are you investing in MSTR? Do you have conviction in this, or are you only investing in it because I invested in it, or because you see a very, very high yield, because MSTR is a very volatile stock, which means the option premiums are very rich? Is that why you're investing in it? Just because I hold it, or just because the yield is high? Because if you are, I'm sorry, but that's really not a good reason. You should be investing, especially if it's a single stock covered call ETF. You need to have conviction in the company and what they do. You have to understand what they do. So do you know what strategy does? Do you know how their four preferred offerings work? Do you know what they are? Stride, strike, stretch, and strife, rather. Do you know what this is here? Do you know what the MNAV is? Do you know what their long-term goals are? So these are very important questions you need to understand. When you're investing in a single company, whether covered call version or not, guys, you have to have conviction in the company. If you have no such conviction, then you get a diversified fund, an index fund, right, etc. That's fine. But I know many of you have MSTE or MSTY or whatever. You're attracted to the high yield, but you don't really understand how it works. So I want to make sure you guys understand that you need to have conviction in what you're investing in, especially if it's a single stock. So personally, I do have conviction. I'm a big Michael Saylor fan. I'm very grateful for him. I learned so much watching him in his podcast. I completely understand what strategy does. I have this bookmarked. I know what all of this means. Right? You have the enterprise value, which is the MSTR stock, versus its the value of Bitcoin it has, and here's the MNAV. This is the premium. So right now it's at a 49% premium, right? So compared to its Bitcoin holding, so it has this much value of Bitcoin, 76 billion. I'm filming this on October 2nd. This is the market cap of the company. Now, of course, the company does have other, has a small software business as well, but most of the company is really a Bitcoin treasury strategy now. So you have to understand that you are paying a premium for the amount of Bitcoin it has. And to understand what strategy is doing, and by the way, here's the volatility, right? You could go to purchases and see all the Bitcoin it purchases every single week. Typically, they announce it on Monday, how much it costs, their average Bitcoin price, etc., etc., etc. So, guys, if you're investing in MSTR or MSTY, whatever, a covered call version, you should be very comfortable with MSTR, their strategy, and what they're doing. Now, if you want to know exactly what they're doing, you have no clue, I'll put some links in the video description below that you could study. I highly recommend I watch the whole thing, or at least Michael Saylor's part, the second quarter results. In there, why I really like it is because they go through all the preferred shareholdings and they're basically outlining exactly what they do. Here's another quick video I see. I really like this guy, Joe Burnett. He has some nice short videos that get straight to the point. Why do Bitcoin treasuries sometimes underperform Bitcoin? So a lot of people have been asking me, well, why doesn't it track Bitcoin? But Bitcoin is going up and up, and MSTR is not is not going up, or Bitcoin's flat and MSTR is going down. So this is a really good explanation of how you should view MSTR and the intelligent leverage that they're using to amplify or buy more Bitcoin. This Mark Moss also has a pretty good channel. He talks in this video, he talks about strategy as well. You could check it out. And just recently, guys, just recently, Michael Saylor has a really good 1.5 hour podcast with the Bitcoin magazine talking about Bitcoin treasury companies. He talks a lot about what he's doing and Bitcoin in general, the strategy in general. So I highly recommend you check these out if you own MSTR in one shape or another, whether you own the stock or a covered call version, because you need to have conviction. Now, if you don't have conviction, if you think this is maybe too much of a risky play on Bitcoin, if you will, personally, I look at it as leveraged Bitcoin. Okay, amplified Bitcoin for the long term. Long term, that's the key. Short term, it might not correlate properly. Another cool thing you could check out, the charts. This is the Bitcoin standard era, which I believe is about 2020 when they started buying Bitcoin. And you could go 1 year and you could see that MSTR in the past year still outperforming Bitcoin. It's still outperforming IBIT and IBIT and BTC, etc., etc. But in the last 3 months, it's been heavily underperforming. So this is why to me, instead of being worried, I get excited because I understand that the premium was much lower. It used to be a 1.8 or 2 or something like that. The lower this number is, the more, I guess you could say, the smaller the premium is, which is you're getting more bang for your buck. So this is why, a little preview here, this month I'm thinking of buying at least $10,000 to $15,000 more of MSTE. You guys know that MSTE is the vehicle I prefer because it's leveraged, but whether you're using another one in the US, I think the closest equivalent is MSII. So I'm when I see MSTR go down or MSTE go down, I'm excited because I know I could buy more and average down because I'm in it for the long term. But anyway, the point of this video, guys, is if you're investing in this, you have to know what this is. You have to know what this means. You have to know what strategy is doing. And I'll put the links to these videos below to get you started in case you want to do that research. Now, what if you decide, look, Adrian, this is too risky for me. I'd rather go with something else, maybe just Bitcoin or maybe another style of income-oriented ETF. Well, you got plenty of choices, okay, guys? On the Canadian market, if you just want the Bitcoin with covered calls and 25% leverage, you have HBIX, you have BCCL. You also have Purpose B, I always forget the symbol, BTCY, which I know many of you still hold. Higher management fee, that's what I don't like about it compared to HBIX and the other one and BCCL. But they're announcing that they want to add 33% leverage. So BTCY is definitely could be one to consider if you're okay with that extra leverage. Another great ETF in Canada, if maybe you want Bitcoin, you want some exposure to Bitcoin, is this one, HBTE. This ETF has been really doing well, on fire. So if you're a little bit scared of owning MSTR or Bitcoin directly, this is a good alternative, HBTE, where you'll get Bitcoin related companies in here, like miners and people who mine Bitcoin. So you have Galaxy and Riot, you have Coinbase, Marathon, Strategy, Block, some other miners, including a little bit of Bitcoin itself here. So this is an actively managed portfolio of Bitcoin leaders. So this, maybe you feel more comfortable owning Bitcoin related companies instead of the Bitcoin. If you're an income investor, this is a great option. Personally, you guys know I have all three. I have MSTE, I have HBTE, and I have the Bitcoin itself, HBIX as well. On the US side, everyone, if you just want the Bitcoin, there's a million options. You have YBTC, which is just Bitcoin with covered calls, BTCI, you have Baggy, you have Maxi. Another one just came out that's using 0 DTE. I don't know how they're doing that. BitX. There's Biddy. There's plenty of Bitcoin covered call ETFs. I think, not that I think, BlackRock is launching their own Bitcoin covered call ETF as well. I don't know what the stock symbol is going to be, but there's the, if you just, maybe you're not comfortable with MSII anymore, you want just the Bitcoin, you have those as an option. The equivalent to HBT, if you want If you're not comfortable with the Bitcoin itself and you want Bitcoin companies, you have SEPI from Rex Shares as an option. You have Blocks from Nicholas Wealth from X Funds. You have LFGY from YieldMax. So these ETFs will hold Bitcoin related companies as well. So you'll definitely find maybe some Coinbase and some Bitcoin, Robinhood, which is broker, strategies here, Riot, Marathon. You'll see a lot of the same companies in these 3 ETFs, I'm assuming. So these are just options in case you don't have that conviction in what MSTR is doing. You need to have conviction, guys, if you're going to invest in a single stock, covered call or not. So I just wanted to make this video to ask you, everyone should reflect, why are you investing in MSTR, MSTY, MSTE, etc., etc. So you got to have the conviction. And if you do, then you're not going to post a Facebook post saying what's going on with MSTY or MSTE, or ask me. I'm not saying it's bad to ask and to post. I'm not saying that, but I just get worried when I see these posts, because it's like, people need to understand why why they're investing in MSTR in the first place. So do I have anything else to discuss here? Yeah, so I'll put the links in the video description below. So if you're like me, I do a lot of, I watched this whole documentary yesterday. When Michael Saylor speaks, it's just hard to turn it off. I watched the whole thing. I watched the Q2. You got to understand what MSTR is doing, guys. They're doing intelligent leverage to buy more Bitcoin, to arbitrage. Basically, they're betting that the US dollars is going to go down over time and Bitcoin is going to go up over time. So if that's the case, you're going to borrow money, right, to buy as much Bitcoin as you can. And they used to do it in a certain way, share offerings. Now they're just doing it with these instruments. So you have Strife, which is like equivalent to long-term bond. You have Stretch, which is their newest one, which is kind of equivalent to short-term T-bills. So in this presentation, he kind of goes through all these products. But basically what they're doing is they're offering these fixed instrument or these bond type products that are backed by Bitcoin that have a lot more yield than T-bills, for example, and they're buying Bitcoin with it, and that is amplifying the MSTR. So that's why MSTR is amplified Bitcoin, but it's very normal that it trades at a premium. So guys, there is a learning curve, to understand what strategy is doing, but those are some starter videos. And again, if you're not comfortable, just get the Bitcoin with the covered calls. And if you're not comfortable with Bitcoin, you could get the Bitcoin related companies as well. There's no right or wrong in investing, but when people come up to me, and multiple people did, saying, what do you think of MSTE? Are you scared what's going on? Well, you might not have the conviction. So if you don't, that's okay. You don't have to have it. Make it a small position in your portfolio if is another option. But again, guys, you have to know what you're investing in. So give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. What are your thoughts on strategy? Are you investing in it because you just like the yield? You see this, these 40-50% yields and you're just investing in that way? Or do you actually have a long-term view and you're bullish on Bitcoin and strategy? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope this video was useful for you. And that's it, everyone. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay passive, and stay honorable. See you next time.